He's Reggie Miller, joining us, Dan Patrick Show, NBA on TNT. Reg, what game do you have this week?
I am off this week. I'm headed to New York to produce and shoot a special that's going to be airing for All-Star Weekend, which so happens to be in New York. So I am off this week to do that.
When are you going to New York?
Today. After I get off the phone with you. You're my first priority, you and the Dan Ed.
Absolutely.
And then I'm on my way to the airport.
Would you want to meet the Royals last night with William and Kate?
Sure, why not?
Okay, all right. But LeBron, I guess, created an international incident. He put his arm around Kate. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh, is he supposed to know that?
Well, he's a king. He's a king, Reg.
So doesn't a king
trump
a duke
a
or
duchess?
I
would think
opinion,
so.
Right?
I would think so.
Okay, so the king can do whatever he likes.
The NBA players making statements with their T-shirts, the I Can't Breathe T-shirts. Your thoughts on that?
Well, look, we've always wanted our sports heroes to be upfront and honest and to be a voice. And I think before these guys were millionaires, they're probably saying to themselves, that easily could have been me, that could have been a family member, that could have been a friend. So, I mean, to be this vocal about it and to wear the shirts in support of the Garner family, I can understand where they're coming from, because I'm sure they're thinking, I could have easily been put in that position. And it opens up dialogue. And I think at the end of the day, that's what you want to come from this. Because to your point, if some other players want to come out and wear T-shirts that say they want to support law enforcement, you've got to be able to have that open dialogue. And where do we go from here? How can we stop this from happening? So as long as this opens up debate where guys civilly could sit down across the table and have an open dialogue discussion, I'm all for it.
Would Commissioner Stern have allowed this?
No. But it's a new age and it's a new day with Commissioner Silver. I think Commissioner Stern ruled by the letter of the law, and all these players probably would have been fined. But this commissioner, he's the people's commissioner. He's the players' commissioner. And I applaud him for that, because he's giving these guys a little bit of slack. But on the other side, you're opening yourself up, because now if guys want to protest something that's not in favor of a lot of people's political or social views, you've opened yourself up to allow them to do that.
He's Reggie Miller, NBA on TNT, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Let me see where I want to go with this. Derek Fisher. Is Derek Fisher that much of an upgrade over Mike Woodson here, looking at what's happening with the Knicks here? I mean, being fair, we all love Derek Fisher. But this is a bad team. Historically, bad team. You know, one of the worst starts in Knicks history.
Well, it's hard for me to think that the Philadelphia 76ers are only a game behind the New York Knicks.
And they're trying to lose.
They started the season losing 17 straight. That puts things in perspective right there. But, look, it's, with Phil Jackson at the helm, I want to allow to trust the issue here. Yeah. But let's face it, the Knicks stink.
Why?
And it's surprising to me because, look, you and I will both agree. Would we say Carmelo is a top 10 player in the league? We would have at least top 15,
okay.
right?
All right.
Okay, let's go with top 15.
Okay.
It's hard for me to imagine a team that has a top 15 player. I don't care who is surrounded and who's around him, cannot win more than 4 games right now, especially in the Eastern Conference. Especially in the East.
But, Reg, is the triangle that difficult that it affects everybody? What's a triangle have to do with playing defense?
Absolutely nothing. And in fact, the triangle is supposed to help in transition balance. That's the reason why Phil Jackson in Chicago, they were so good defensively. It's because you could never get a lot of fast break baskets on them because the floor was always balanced with guards getting back. They only crashed 3, and really 2.5, and the rest of the guys got back in transition. So you didn't get a lot of fast break buckets or threes. So it was supposed to create balance at the defensive end.
The situation with Golden State, where Steve Kerr's come in and they don't even have Lee playing right now, but they've been off to a great start here. I was surprised that and disappointed the owner came out and basically said everybody hated Mark Jackson, and that's why this team is doing better, or one of the reasons why. What was your reaction when you saw those quotes?
Well, it's one of those things where it's these new age owners, and we appreciate the new money, but they're all trying to be like Mark Cuban, and there's only one Mark Cuban. And I don't even think Mark Cuban would have said comments like this. Enjoy your success with your new coach and your team now. You won 13 games in a row. You have the best record in the Western Conference. Why are you looking in the rearview mirror and talking about Mark Jackson? The Golden State Warriors didn't win 13 games in a row with basically the same roster that Mark Jackson had. It's no surprise. There was a base there. And if you speak and if you hear the comments from the new head coach Steve Kerr, it was like, look, I'm walking into a great situation. Just add water. All I had to do was just add water. There was a base and there was a foundation there, and that was Mark Jackson. For Mr. Lacob to come out and really say those comments about Mark Jackson is very disappointing, because who hates Mark Jackson? Who in that organization hated Mark Jackson? Why don't you name names? I loved what Stephen Curry said. Everyone in this locker room loved Coach, and he did a lot for our confidence and for our brand. And it's disappointing that the owner, now I know he came out and he's apologized, but why are you looking in the rearview mirror? There's no excuse for that.
Yeah. Have you heard of this kid, Brady Heslip?
No.
He played at Baylor, and he's in the D League. I'm flipping through because I have no life, and I'm watching a D League game. And Reg, I was absolutely floored. I spent 15 minutes watching a D League game.
How tall? What position?
He's a shooting guard, and he had 78 points in 2 D League games, and he shoots the deepest threes of anybody I've ever seen.
Well, what D League team is he on?
I think he's on. He may be Reno.
Please don't tell me the Knicks.
No.
Because there's a problem there.
Reno. But
which is affiliated with?
I don't know who their affiliation is. Maybe Sacramento. But he's averaging 33 a game. He shoots 15 threes. He just shoots threes. Reg, he shoots 55% from three-point range.
Well, I have to go on YouTube and check.
I was stunned. I go,
how tall is he to be a shooting guard? Is he a tall shooting guard?
6'2".
6'5" to 6'7"?
6'2".
That's not a shooting guard. That's a point guard.
All he does is shoot, Reg.
Okay, well, that's a point guard. Maybe that's the reason why he's in the D League. Shooting guards cannot be 6'2" in the NBA, my friend.
Man, but
that's a point guard.
But it is so deep. Yeah, I'm telling you, Reg, his range and his release is as quick as Steph Curry's. I swear to you. I was shocked.
It cannot be that quick. He would be at the next level.
Reg, I'm telling you.
At 6'2", that's a lost art in the NBA. If you can shoot, you're going to be on someone's roster, so that there has to be something else. Was he playing the other end, Daniel, or was he just shooting?
When he is winning the three-point shooting contest, Reg, I will hold my finger up just like Larry Bird did as a walk-off on this program.
Okay. Brady
Heslip.
Heslip. Okay, I'm going to YouTube. As soon as we get off on my way to the airport, I'm going to look this young man up.
I promise you here.
Okay.
Now, he's just like you. He averages 1 assist a game.
Hey.
Whoa, I was thinking that. I didn't know I was going to say
that. 1.5, possibly 2. If you're going to talk about my assist, give me credit for that half assist.
What's the most assists you had in a game?
I had a triple-double once. Have one of your Danettes look that up.
So did Ice Cube. Come on, Reg.
Okay, but hey, I had a triple-double. So apparently I had double-digits assists now.
All right. Well, it wasn't block shots.
I was going for a quadruple-double, and that would have been
Hey, what do you think? Mitch Kupchak said, don't buy season tickets expecting to see Kobe after 2016. What is Mitch really saying there?
Kobe, I don't think we're going to reach the U.S. Olympics. Basically, that's what he's saying.
Okay, does Kobe go away quietly, Reg, is really going to be the key.
Have we ever known Kobe to go anywhere quietly?
And if he sees the team is going to be halfway decent, does Kobe...
He's going to want to stay. Now, obviously, he's going to have to take a hometown discount, right? You would assume that. But look, if Kobe's averaging, what is he averaging this year? 25 at least? I know he's only shooting 38%, but he's averaging 25.
Yeah.
If he averages anywhere between 20 and 24 next year, which would be the last year of his contract, you really expect Kobe Bryant to retire?
No.
Absolutely not. But I think Mitch Kupchak, what he's doing right now, putting a little miracle grow on it and trying to plant the seed.
Yeah, I know. Hey, if Barkley says Anthony Davis is third best player in the game.
I agree.
So
absolutely.
LeBron is one?
No, Steph Curry. Are we going like currently right now?
Right now, we're picking up sides.
If I'm doing MVP right now, I got Steph Curry 1. I got Anthony Davis 2. I have Kyle Lowry 3. I have LaMarcus Aldridge 4, and maybe LeBron James 5 or 6. If we're going right now,
okay,
MVP voting.
What if I'm we're picking sides and we're going to pick a team?
Then I would pick Anthony Davis as my number one. If we're reseeding the NBA right now.
Yeah, right now.
Anthony Davis would be the number one pick over LeBron James. LeBron would probably be 2.
Yeah.
This dude is a stud, man. To watch him up close, I mean, people forget how good of a face-up jump shooter he is. When I saw it in person versus Golden State, now obviously Golden State ran away with that game, but it was a one-man wrecking crew out there.
Yeah, and he's just learning how to play that position.
He is so freaking long.
I know.
I mean, they showed pictures when he was 15 and he was 6'2", looking like Urkel. So the time he was, like, graduating Kentucky, it was like night and day.
I got you 11 assists twice in your career.
You see what I'm saying? Rick Smith, stand up. Dale Davis, Antonio Davis, stand up. I threw y'all the ball down the post occasionally.
Do you think you would have had more assists if you had better shooters to throw to? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is, who did you want me to throw the ball to? Okay? I'm only kidding, guys. I'm only kidding.
You're not going to throw it to the Davis brothers, and you didn't want Mark Jackson shooting. You'd throw it to Rick Smith.
I will say this. My assist did go up once Jalen, Chris Mullin. No, seriously, because I had,
shooters.
Quick hitters.
Yeah.
Quick hitters.
You had shooters.
And obviously later in my career when it was the young guys, Jermaine, Al Harrington, Ron. I mean, I wasn't the scorer that I was in my younger days.
All right,
11 assists twice. Eat that, Dan Patrick.
Safe travels to New York, and we will talk to you next week.
And by the way, I was really concerned about you on Sunday.
I was in trouble, Reg.
Duke of Earl, for real. Because when we turned on halftime, I looked, I was like, why is he sweating so much? Is it hot in the studio? I mean, you were sweating bad.
It was the Jordan flu game performance is what people in the industry are calling it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with my Danettes. If you would have Earled on national TV and then rallied, that image, I mean, come on. Seriously, really?
Yep.
That would have been all yours. Yep. Sometimes you got to think about me sometimes.
I should have thrown up on TV. I just didn't think. You know what? I'm not a selfish player.
I would have voted for you. I was like, that dude, he knows how to play in the moment. I would have voted for you.
Thank you, Reg.
All right.
Safe travel.
Good to talk to you, Daniel.
All right, buddy. Always good to talk to you, Reg.
Thank you.
All right, we'll come back. Reg, always fun.